All right, welcome into another morning show, everyone. Hope you all been well. I do have something interesting for you this morning, at least in my opinion. Now, sometimes I'll premise this with saying, at first, some of these little details don't seem all that important, but I'll get to why they are important. And I'll also say, if you haven't read my book, how I'm going to close this episode, it might be new to you. It might not even make sense to you. It might be foreign language to you. For those of you who have, it's going to make sense. So, without further delay, Trump was recently given a key to the World Cup trophy. Now, if you saw the 2026 FIFA World Cup trophy, you'll see it's not really much of a cup, and it actually looks exactly like the cellular concave Earth model. Complete with the octahedron in the very center. The pyramid, the upright and upside down pyramid, the octahedron. Look at the cup. If you've paid any attention to what the concave Earth model is in any sort of capacity, that's one of the key elements of it. And it's like the World Cup, it looks exactly like it. I've spoken about this in the past, even how in video games like Path of Exile, the little, I can't remember the name of it, it's not the astrolabe, it's something else. It's however you like portal into the other worlds, right? Your atlas. It also looks like the same exact model. So you'll keep seeing this pop up time and time again. And what is symbolic about that whole gesture, right? Okay, so aside from the shape of the thing, which is fascinating in itself, why is Trump being given a key to it? Right? So is Trump being given a key to the universe? You see like some of the just basic symbolism that we can pull out of that we can observe from this just on the surface right away. Now, without going, I don't want to go deep into the symbolism on this, because that can be just totally up to interpretation based on your level of like occult knowledge, right? I thought it was very interesting to see it just so out in the open. Another thing that's interesting, you didn't hear any of the flat earth channels say anything about it when the shape of the earth subject was being presented directly in front of everybody and Trump was being given a key to it. Now, do you think if they put something like a trophy up there that looked like a flat earth model and then Trump was given a key to it, do you think that they'd be silent? They would be squawking at the fucking rooftops. The barn would be the noisiest fucking thing in the neighborhood because the goddamn flat earthers would be raising the fucking roof. But what do we hear? Nah, it's the crickets that got the fucking final, it's the crickets that we're hearing. They're the ones playing the tune. But not if you went to BigBrainUniversity.com, went through the lessons. Lesson number 1, we covered it. We got it right out of the way. Perfect litmus test for any viewer, any listener, anybody, anywhere, of any age. Now, why is this important? Let's just get right to that, because I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I want to enjoy my drive. So, Trump being given this key, whether you can figure out what the symbolism is behind that and what that means and try to predict the future off of that, you probably can't. But what Kevin and I, my buddy at the National Security Agency, biostatistics and algorithms expert, we have demonstrated that we're able to simply take the patterns, the facts, and intelligently use them as a filter to process the information around us. What's going to happen with the NFL? Well, we called it 100%. Like 100%, we called it. On week 4. We did that in season 2 of our Sportscast. We did 2 seasons of the NFL. And the second one, we predicted it with 100% accuracy. The first one, I went 80% on trifecta bets. Like, just unheard of numbers we've demonstrated by simple observations, simple data analysis. Yes, it did take myself and another person trained at the National Security Agency, an education that is not available to the public, which is another reason why we put BigBrainUniversity.com together, so we can share this education with people. Fascinating how that all comes together. I just drove by a sign that says Global Connections, Local Roots. Perfect timing. To hone in again on why this is important is because whether you can figure out all the symbolism on this one event of Trump being given the key to the universe or not, when you start to notice these little details, you'll start to notice them elsewhere. And you'll start to notice them in tangential fashion. Once you sharpen to your senses to this type of detail orientation, you'll notice other things in other subject areas as well. So it's not like this one subject area is the biggest deal. No, it's your ability to pay attention to these details and notice them. You'll find it in so many places. It'll start to blow your mind. And to shift into the gear of the people that read my book, and what they will understand what I'm saying here next is, once you shift into that gear in your mind, you are shifting into you are entering into like a radio station where you can receive thoughts as well as your thoughts are being emitted and shared. It's a two-way thing happening simultaneously at all times. So you can begin to experience also a back and forth communication between this, because the truth wants to be known, right? So when you have sharpened your mind, sharpened your pencil, I wanted to say, it's a bit of a transformation, because you start to understand that the world isn't quite what we were taught, and there's something else going on here. Again, I'm not going to get into all those details. If you want to really dive into that, read my book. It's on BigBrainUniversity.com. It's in audiobook form as well. So, with that, my mouth is getting dry. That means it's time for me to say goodbye. Hope you all have the day you deserve. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.